tutorial with getting started with the LbyM Web App. My name is Erika Diaz Ramirez, and here I'll be showing you how to use the web app. First, let's access it. We can do this by typing into the search bar app.lbym.org and pressing enter. So here's what we first see when we go to the web app. At the top right here is the menu bar, and here you can do different things such as manage your project files, access documentation, and connect to hardware. But we'll talk all about that and much more later in this tutorial. Here on the left side is the text editor where you can write and edit your logo code. This is where you can change arguments and create any words. Any code that is written in this section will stay in the text editor. If we move over to the right-hand side of things, you can see your canvas where you can see a turtle, and anything that you draw out here will be shown here. And right below that is the terminal where you can enter specific commands, and this is where you can execute your code. So there's a lot of buttons to get started, but here we're going to focus on a couple of them first. You can run your code and switch between different views with the different buttons right below the menu bar. So you can go in between 3-screen mode like we have currently and 2-screen mode where it just shows the text editor and the terminal. This can come in handy for different projects or just different things that you might be up to. If you go up to this Docs button on the menu bar, it will take you to a different web page where you can see different explanations or just any other help, and we'll go more into this at a later time. For now, let's close that out. And you can easily download and upload your projects using these two buttons here. You can also save your files and save any of your projects here. When you click this button, it sends it to the cloud. Since I'm currently not logged in, it is not an option for me right now, and that is why that's grayed out. And finally, the Go button right here will execute the code that you have written in your text editor. That is in between the Go function. So if I click Go, we'll see Hello World here. And then if I change this real quick to say, my name is Erika, and then press Go again, we'll see that on the terminal. Next, let's show you different things that you can do, such as logging in, creating a new project, saving a project, opening a saved project, renaming them, downloading projects, uploading them, and more. So first, let's log in so we can see different things. If you have an existing Google account, we suggest you use that. But if you're doing this as a part of a school, like class thing, we suggest using your school email. Logging in, as I mentioned previously, allows you to save your projects to the cloud. So let me enter my school information so I can demonstrate. Cool. Now that we're logged in, let's show you how to create a new project. To create a new project, we click on the New button up here in the menu bar, and then we can select any of the projects here. For example, if you're working on Unit 1, then you can go ahead and select Turtle Logo here. And then it'll populate the code that you need for that project. To make any of your projects easier to find, we suggest naming your project by clicking on the word Untitled here and naming it something like Turtle and then my name, or your name in that case. Once you have renamed your project and pulled up whatever project it is that you're working on, now you can click the Save button, and that will be saved onto your Google Drive if that's what you logged in with. So When I clicked the save button, you may have noticed that this message here showed up that said saved, and then it has today's date and time. This is military time, which translates over to 2 p.m. as I have it here. Make sure that this shows up next to the name of the project, and this ensures that your project is saved. And make sure that you have the correct date and time in order to make sure that you have the correct version of your project. Okay, now that we got that, moving on to a saved project. After logging in, click on the blue circle with your initial. So here for me, it's that E. And here you can see any of the projects that you have had in the past. As you can see, I have a recovered one from May, I have the current one that we're using, and another one. Select any of these projects that you want to work on, and then it'll populate over to the text editor. So let's click on this one just for sake of changing it up. And then it takes me back to my name is Erika that we had seen earlier. To rename a project, you would do the same thing as you were with just when you were first naming the project. So let's change this to my initials instead. And what this would do is if you download the project, then it will change the name on both the file that you download, and it'll also change it on the cloud. Now, in order to download a project, we have this download button here for you to use. And you might want to use the download button if you have an internet connection that's not working well or a little unstable or anything like that. We suggest that you use the download button in order to save just your project and make sure that you don't lose any of your progress. What will happen when you click this button is it will save the project file, as you can see, and you can usually save it in just the downloads folder as it has popped up for me right now, or you can choose where to put it. So let's say I want it on the desktop of my computer. Let's save it there. Then you can see that it has saved that file. Now let's say that I want to upload this project because it was being funky and wanting to, my power went out or something, I don't know. Then we have that same upload button right next to the download button. You can click that project file here and press select, and it'll populate. Onto the docs page. If you want to know a specific logo command, you can find all the different supported logo commands and other information that you might need in this docs button. You saw it a little bit earlier, but we can go ahead and go there. It's organized by different types of tasks, as you can see here. For example, if you wanted some math functions or something like that, then you can go over to math functions. Wow. And then you can find the different things here, any of the arguments it might need and what it does. So you might want something like that. Or if you want variables, and here's a quick reminder on how to do variables and more information on them. Comes very handy.